Aging in a society that highly values youth is not easy, but today is a day that celebrates the beauty of older persons. And my guest today has some unique insights on that topic. Annette Lane, Marlette Reed, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
You are sisters who lecture on this topic. You've written this book, Making Meaning in Older Age. You love to talk about this. Tell me why you're so passionate about this topic.
I think there's a number of reasons. Number one, our seniors really have built our country. So historically, what they have done is huge, and we should value that. Number two, I think older adults are incredibly resilient. They're not viewed as being resilient, but a number of them have survived war, they've survived all sorts of difficult things. And number three, they can be a wonderful example to the younger generations on what it's like to live through difficult circumstances and live with grace and humor. Do you want to add something, Marlette?
Sure. Annette and I, our parents went through their last years as well, and we were very involved in their care. Both developed a dementia at a certain point. It took the 4 children who lived in Calgary and our spouses, everything we had to keep their ships afloat. And so we know there's a tremendous vulnerability in older adulthood. So partly due to our work, partly due to our experience, partly due to a value system that says the measure of a society is how we treat its most vulnerable members. Those are the kinds of things that motivate us.
And you think about the lies that just particularly Western culture, peddles about youth and really other cultures around the world are doing such a better job of valuing their elders and respecting them and caring for them maybe than we do here. Talk to me about some of the ways we can fight those lies. Talk to me about the value of older people and what we can learn from them.
So I think in terms of society in general, we need to have more positive media portrayals of older adults. That would be huge. I think as well we need to have more intergenerational activities. So it's not just the youth group that goes to a nursing home to sing to the older adults there, but where teenagers and older adults are linked together, in pairs, where the older adult helps the teenager and the teenager helps the older adult. And so then they recognize the beauty and the strength in both of each other. And the older adults have a lot to teach the younger generations. If we lose that, we've lost a huge component in society.
I'm thinking about somebody who may be watching this today who is getting older and is feeling not valued and kind of buying into the lies of culture in a sense, that if you don't have that youth, or if you have a few wrinkles or little physical frailty, you're not valuable. What advice would you give somebody who's kind of struggling with that?
D.L. Moody said that we should begin to plan for our retirement in our teens. And I don't know of any person of our generation who has done that. But certainly for older adults, they need to be engaged, and they need to know what it is that gives them meaning, to get involved with that in whatever way they can. An older adult who is a person of faith, such as my husband's grandmother, she was very involved in the community, just a pillar. And as her age got higher and her abilities got less so, she turned her energies inward and upward. She was a prayer warrior that even the pastors in the church would come and consult her. And after she passed, we were fortunate to receive one of her Bibles, and there were all these little notes from various pastors of the church over the years. Kathleen, please pray for. So that lady had a outward-looking focus when she could, and when she became very frail and elderly and had even some dementia, she maintained a focus up towards God, and we're convinced prayed us through a lot of things.
Wow, so beautiful. There's so much more we could talk about. Unfortunately, we are now out of time, but thank you so much for joining us, and please keep talking about this because we really need it.
Thank you very much.
And if you're watching this today, it is the International Day of Older Persons, so go give a hug, serve someone in your life, listen to their wisdom, ask them questions, pray for them, do whatever you can. Let's value people who have gained the wisdom of life. We'll be right back.